Oh my word, we are live. We are direct with a world-class coach, world-class capital W, capital C. Leslie, it's amazing to see you today.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good morning from cold Wyoming. It's 41 degrees Fahrenheit here this morning. A little
Oh
bit
wow.
brisk.
Wow. So, hopefully we'll turn up the temperature in terms of some of the great resources that you've been producing. Just let them know what you do. Yeah, first of all.
Right? I help female entrepreneurs get clear on their story and use that as a foundation to build your business without the burnout. And part of how we do that is through AI tools. I was just telling Jay this morning, I expanded a whole new level and I get super excited about the possibilities of using AI to expand our brains, right? I don't want something that thinks like me, but I want something that challenges me and says, oh, you're on the right track, or how do we make this better or bigger or faster, easier? Because at the end of the day, I'm super lazy, always looking for faster, easier, better.
No, 100%. So yeah, let's get into this. So first of all, like looking at it, what made you want to learn how to sell five-figure deals? Like what made you want to hop into the whiteboard? Yeah.
I think the whiteboard method specifically is a great thing because I noticed like Jay and I, we don't speak the same language, even though it seems like we speak the same language, like, right? But I'm like, wait a minute, I don't. And I think that so often happens with our clients. What we think we're saying and what they think they're hearing are two different things.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah. And so the whiteboard is really that space where, Jay writes something and I can still ask questions, but I'm like, oh, I see it there in black and white. And it's a less for me to interpret because my brain is not wired like 80% of the population. So, yeah, I can make all sorts of assumptions, right? And I think that's true of all of us.
Yeah, it's keeping it simple. We're about to look at your work in a second. And here's this question. I'm not sure if you're feeding this. You're obviously a sales coach, a successful business coach in yourself. But why do women need to learn sales now? Like, can you feel this or am I wrong? Like, is that, I don't know.
I think it's always been that way, right? We're not trained, if you will, or brought up to be salespeople, right? We're supposed to, sit in the corner and we're not speak until spoken to. How many of us have heard all that kind of language around women knowing our place and all that? And so it's not only this life we're living, but we have this past training that's kind of handed down. I can't tell you, I think in the last 2 weeks, I've run into people. If I had said that, I use the shit word, and somebody called me out on profanity, a woman, and somebody in her company had dropped F-bombs to me like 2 days before. I'm like, if a guy said that, nobody would have had any questions, right? And there was another instance where I spoke up. I was just, and wasn't mad or anything. And somebody's like, well, why are you all mad? I'm like, dude, you will know if I'm mad. This is not mad. So yeah, I think as we move online, now it becomes super imperative, right? It
Yeah.
really hangs us up. It creates other trauma, if you will. Okay, my programs aren't good enough. I need to rebrand. We're looking all sorts of other places to compensate for feeling pretty icky about sales. And let's face
Brilliant.
it.
No. Because what I found is that women that come into my space that I coach, they're very good at what they do. In fact, they're overqualified for the position. They've taken all the courses, their branding is perfect, they've got client results, and they're charging maybe $1,000 for a 3-month container. So I think your point is very powerful in terms of the past conditioning and things like this. So let's have a little look at your brilliant work. Like this presentation here will convert. Like, will definitely convert if you get people onto it. So, like, looking at this, there's a bit of the work that we did before, and I liked. Well, can you believe that this was a week ago?
I know, right? Yeah.
A week ago, like we had this session, so it feels like full circle, right? In that regard.
Right. That I was gonna say, and it shifted a little bit, right, in the week, but that's all good too.
Yeah, because we have to sell. I'm seeing women in AI containers. They're learning everything in terms of the custom GPTs. They've got their niche construction, but they're not selling. Have to sell.
Right. And I think it also is an internal thing, right? That so last year, probably about this time, I wrote a book, and so I was posting a lot on social media, and I had a guy, a hater, Hubert the hater is what I called him because his name was Hubert. And he started hating on me, and I was like, oh, this is going to be fun, right? I know, wrong reaction. But then he started hating on women making comments on me. And I thought, wow, this is what, because I had that moment, right? But I immediately blocked him, but I also was like super conscious. I could shrink back here. I could let somebody else's opinion out there, whether it's family, friends, or somebody I don't know, shrink me back. And what's my choice here? So I really talk a lot about mindset and marketing and sales, because there is that thing. Oh, what if somebody thinks I'm aggressive? Or what if somebody
what happens if what they will think of me? So what did you think of this element, like results in advance? Like
definitely. Like I love it because I think I tend to do it anyway. I'm a little bit, maybe nobody's noticed, but I'm a little bit of a fire hose, right? And so I tend to, which I think is the other great thing about a whiteboard. It not only slows you down, but it helps the other person process all this stuff, all the information you're feeding them. So yeah, I really like that being structured, because I do tend to be structured. And if I'm not, like, I need some guardrails.
Yeah, 100%. And, I can see you giving your people clarity in this part of the call. And then we move over to your Canva presentation in terms of like what you produce there. I know you sort of kind of looked over that, and we'll sort of kind of get that up in a second. But what was your thoughts in terms of, I know we mentioned the Canva results in advance. Let's go there.
Okay.
This is ultimately telling a few stories, right? So telling your story and the story of your target market, right? So let's maybe just look through this in terms of talking about where you were and where your pivotal moment came. And look, I like the way you've edited and sort of kind of made this your own. So yeah, speak to me about this and how you feel delivering just the simplicity of it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I definitely like the simplicity of it. I think, and maybe others have felt this too, like I struggled a little bit in my head with it, right? And again, then taking that ability to say, okay, why am I struggling? What's the hang up here? And how do we move past that? How do I make it my own?
100%.
Yeah, exactly. But kind of acknowledging it. So really basically doing what I teach other people to do.
Yeah. And the reason why this came about is that you can tell a case study and say, hey, this is what someone did, or here are the steps, here where they were before, giving more context to it. So as you say, telling a story, this is what you do best, right? And things like this. So that's the whole power there. And things like this. And so it's like telling stories to your people so they're able to see themselves in your testimonials. Or not. It might not be relevant, which is okay as well, right?
Right. Yeah. Because that is the thing, right? We want to attract as much as we repel.
Yeah. That is the scenario there. So we'll just finish this off. And yeah, I think you looking at this, it's just an opportunity to, like I said, get people onto this presentation and the sales will take care of themselves. So we're just looking at this now. The 4 T's. Like, what was your thoughts on the full tease and like what it did for you, the full tease.
Right.
Yeah.
Again, I think maybe the framework, right? Because I think there's lots of sales coaches that do something similar. But just breaking it into that ability to remember four T's, right? Versus necessarily, oh, you got to go here, you got to go there, you got to go there in your brain.
Yeah,
So
I mean, yeah, I say rather than a Guantanamo Bay style
right
question session, interrogation.
Exactly.
It's more like just, hey, let's get it down on paper. It's like therapy in that regard. And, I think what's great as well is that you've got opportunities to give some videos, give some homework videos to your people, right?
Right.
And things like this. I know, you've produced a lot on telling, so you are the authority on telling stories, which is powerful. So this is what's going to allow people to say, oh, he resonates, she resonates because their story is what I identify with, whatever that might be. Then this is the part that I'm really excited for you to do on call number 2, which is to give them a live demo. Or the live demo could be on call number 1, just depending on how you want to do it, right? So it's completely flexible in terms of what results in advance you choose to do.
Right.
But yeah, I think on call number 2, it lends itself to a live demo.
Right.
And what will you be doing on this live demo with your people?
Well, that's a good question because, the first one, the first one I'll be doing like a blind marketing blueprint for them.
Okay.
And I will use a GPT, but I'm not going to necessarily demo that or show that, right? But that's, so this one, based on the homework that I do on them, probably will depend on what I offer as a live demo, right?
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
Because I have a bunch of different options at this point. And if somebody like marketing is their deal or business, I've got multiple ones that I could say, okay, let's just play around with this and see because you would have access to this particular one as well as potentially building one for you.
Okay. Absolutely perfect. And yeah, we've got your sales sheet that just maps it out. It's very well formatted. I think it's ready. I think it's ready to really give to your people. It's well laid out. It sells. If you get people on the presentation, how are you feeling looking back at this? Are you happy with what we've produced over the last week?
Absolutely. It really made me clarify. And lay it out, right?
Yeah, which is the key element of things. So, a couple more questions, and then we'll sort of kind of just see if you've got any questions about the challenge, like a bit of live Q&A, and then we'll have a little session afterwards as well. So I guess a few more questions from me. First question, like in terms of investing to learn the element of visual sales, I know it's been a week in, but have you said it's like been worthwhile investing to kind of have this asset that you can use for the rest of your life now?
Right. I guess the proof will be in the pudding in the next 10 days, but yes. Yeah, definitely. I think, like I said, I recognize that I communicate different than other people. And I do think the whiteboard sort of levels the playing field.
No, 100%. And how can they get in contact with you, like in terms of, because often, people might want to learn the custom GPTs, or they might want to kind of have that element of expertise. So is it in the whole element of on your Facebook? Like, what's the best way for them to get in contact with you? Is it
sure,
Facebook?
They can get in touch with me on Facebook or LinkedIn. They can also reach out Leslie at wildwomanmarketing.com.
Okay.
Yeah. And I would encourage anybody, like if you don't know anything about AI, you need to. And then you need to really be thinking about how to use it in your business. It's a freaking game changer.
Yeah.
And the thing I always say, I know I've said it to Jay at least once, is like if you aren't laughing your butt off every day with AI, you're using it wrong.
Makes complete sense. And are you planning to use it with old style businesses as well, like construction, or just in the coaching space in general?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. I think like any industry could use custom GPTs. Absolutely. And we're going to be amazed. Like they've got agents different. There's lots of AI. I'm a chat GPT girl, like always been, started there. I'm committed. I'll never break up with my personal GPT. But they're coming out with agents that are gonna just like blow your mind. I've been playing around with some of those capabilities. So any business, the amount of knowledge, thinking about having that second brain, that the stuff we used to do by hand, research things. Honestly, I'm going to have it dig through my Facebook connections and look for particular types of people. It can do that in 5 minutes. It'd take me hours, right?
Now, that is the punchline. Now, you did say the proof is in the pudding. And so, yeah, let's get into that. Because, let's get into that. 100% the proof is in the pudding. I like what you said there. I like what you said, because we're here to close deals. Thank you. Thank you for that. Tell me the price of your program. The proof is in the pudding. Tell me the price.
That's right. It is $12,000.
Love the program. The custom GPTs are amazing. But Leslie, I've not got that sort of money.
Well, if money weren't an issue, is this something you'd be interested in?
100%. You blew my mind with that custom GPT that made me all that content. Blew.
Well, and your mind should be blown, right? Because, the hours you could save getting to where you want to be. And I know you talked about some of the things that are really important to you. If you don't do this program, what's your plan to reach those goals?
Look, I love what you got here. It's just I just haven't got the money. Look,
All right. Well, is there some? I don't know. I haven't studied your questions. Let's brainstorm. Hey, we could even ask ChatGPT how to come up with the money, right?
Now we're talking. Okay. So what has your custom GPT said? You could create a financial GPT that allows clients, prospects to find different ways. That's a
brilliant idea. I'd not thought of that. I just was thinking it in my brain. I was like, well, I don't know the answer, but I know GPT would know it. So
yeah.
No, that would be amazing, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So with this, it's the isolate. So you did that well. Money aside was absolutely brilliant. And then what I'll do here, Leslie, is why is it the best process? Why is it the best program? Why am I the best person? Why are you the best personality? Do you know why I do that?
For us, or when we're asking?
Yeah, why are we asking these questions to them?
Right. My guess would be buy-in, right? We're getting them to process in their brains what's going on, what they like about it. Why I'm the person.
For me, it's flipping the script. Look, I'm no longer selling you. You're selling me.
Right.
But if these answers aren't succulent, if they're not juicy, we've not done our job properly. We haven't unraveled the value for them. And so it's not a price issue, it's a value issue.
Right.
But if they're like, oh my God, Leslie, that was amazing, then it's not a value issue, it's a logistics issue. They see the value. If people
Right.
see the value, they will buy, right? But they've got to
Right.
see the value. Is that making sense?
Absolutely.
So it's just kind of
yeah.
getting around there. Here's my
Yeah.
favorite language pattern: interest or commitment. We just aim to get the 3 yeses here, Leslie. Interested or committed to 30K. Interested or committed to like really providing for your daughter. Interested or committed to spreading Reiki to the AI professionals. Interested or committed to growing your B2B businesses in Nova Scotia and British Columbia. Like whatever it might be, we want to get the double commitment tie-in. Then are they committed to find the money? Which is why, Leslie, it's so important that we've demonstrated our expertise up front. Is that making sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so, Leslie, all I'm saying is once you've learned this, I'm sure you watch over the tape, like you sort of kind of like, this is it. Like this, you don't need anything else to close the deal. Like this will be it. Then let's write down 7 ways. Get it on the whiteboard. Why? Because there's a few ways that we can respond, Leslie, when we're in this sort of situation. Fearful Fiona. Oh my God. I knew they wouldn't have the money. Oh my God. Yeah, let's get back in 3 months when you save up the money. Or 7 Susie. Okay, we could do $500 a month for 2 years. Would that work? Yeah, would that? Or it's amazing that you haven't got the money, which is why you need to learn this. Even more reason to do it. That's amazing. You haven't got the money, you're going to be one of the ones that take action. My corporate clients who have the money, they spend 15K, 10K on my program and they don't do anything with it. We're joyful and they feel the joy. They feel the energy, right, Leslie, or not?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, which is why the whiteboard is more of an energetic tool than anything else. We are transferring the energy. And that energy could be like stress, or that could be expansion.
Absolutely.
We choose. Then finally, my favorite character is results in advance. Results in advance, Limitless Lara. Limitless Lara has created a custom GPT for your situation and has 10 ways. If you create that, now we are taking things to another level. You might even license that to different sales companies who struggle with objection handling.
Absolutely.
And maybe create some sort of live version where someone could be on a call, and yeah, this is the whole magic, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Sales tech. Yeah. In fact, someone I know is doing 100K a month installing sales analyzers into companies that have got 10 sales reps or more. He's doing 100K a month, recurring because the infrastructure's installed in these businesses.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the stuff. So, and then we just say on board, or if it's a logistics, we can organize another call.
Right.
So, Leslie, what I need from you, I need you to learn this script perfectly, because this is the difference between closing a 12K deal or not. Any questions on this? Because like this is why we're here, Leslie. I put you live, like I put you sort of kind of on the hot seat. Do it to me as well, my sister. Like, yeah, let me know. Like, do it to me as well. Yeah. Any questions on this?
No, I guess the only question I have is so you go through the 4 T's.
Yes. Yeah.
And then you get down to the questions of interest, commitment,
100%.
best person.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Because it's like, here's the power, right?
Right.
We can sort of kind of lean in. I'm not sure if I can write on that. No, I can't. So it's like, okay, are you interested or are you committed to 40K?
Right.
We can maybe circle it. Interested, committed to get your children into private school. You said you're 10 out of 10. Here.
Right. All right. So yeah. Whatever this symbol is I'm making with what they're saying in both those activities, bringing them
100%.
together.
Is that making sense? So we are just reflecting what they've said.
Right.
If they say, I'm not committed, Leslie, then we can sort of kind of say, okay, just curious because you said this. Well, actually, yeah, I'm not. No, we can ease off. Look, yeah, sounds like not a priority for you. I respect that. Yeah. But what we've done, how we've designed this whiteboard method is that after call number 1, we've sort of kind of sussed out. We've asked them, would it be worth booking another call? And we've asked them, would it be worth investing beforehand on call number 1? And so they are almost bracing themselves for making some sort of investment, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah.
And the power of the 4T, let's just go through it now we're here. So it's like, if they say, look, it's too expensive, talk about the cost of inaction. Hey, look, what's more expensive? Is it $12,000 or $500,000 over a year? What's more expensive? Like spending 12 or missing out on this? Yeah, you sort of kind of, would it be worth raising the 12K to make 40K a month? Would it be worth raising 12K a month, raising 12K to make $500,000? Would it be worth raising this to scale your business in alignment? Would it be worth raising the money? If that makes sense. It's too expensive. Get creative. Write down 7, 8, 9. Use your custom GPT. Have funding partners ready for them. Have Klarna ready. Have, your different, be ready. Be ready for that. Yeah. Also, what can we do? Leslie, we can break that down. 6K and 6K. Okay, 2 payments of 6K.
Right.
3 payments of 4K. Yeah. So it moves from 12K paid in full to 4. Okay. They can get that if they could get 6. But that's why we need to deliver unequivocal value up front so they see you as one of 0. Is that making sense?
Yep. Absolutely.
Then if they say, it's not the right time, you could say, oh, what? I thought you told me that, private school, that's in a couple of months. Curious. Oh, you've been waiting 2 years to do this. I'm curious. And then we can lean into the final T. Okay, I could understand if you were relying on faith and time management. I can understand if you were relying on faith, but you're going to be using, and look at what's in red. In red is what our unique methodology is, right? And so they can't necessarily say that it's not the right time because you found something that's going to work, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
I need to think about it. What? You need to think about 40K. You need to think about the $500,000. You need to think about vacation and investing. You need to think about private school. You need to think about using my custom GPTs. You need to think about closing 5-figure deals like I've done for my clients. You need to think about working with the best coach in the world for you. You need to think about this. Do you? What specifically? Look, you're with the creator of the program right now. And in reality, when you leave this call, you're not going to sit down for 1 hour, life gets busy. You're with the creator of the program. What specifically would you like to think about? What specific? And then they're going to say the money, or I'm scared. Yeah. Because I need to think about it as a smoke screen for uncertainty. So we say, what specifically would you like to think about? Then I have a mentor. Look, I understand if I was teaching you time management and relying on faith, but I'm not. I'm teaching you the custom GPTs. I'm teaching you how to tell your story. I'm teaching you that, because you're 65 doesn't mean you're finished. It means you're getting started. You can live to 100. I'm teaching you that your tribe is out there. I'm teaching you that we can't just leave it to these ladies who are holding up balloons and swimming in bikinis. That, we have a place inside here as well. So can you see how everything we're using the whiteboard? Oh, I need to speak to my husband about it. No, that makes complete sense. Is there a chance your husband could agree on the 40K, 500,000, traveling, private school, and having the best storytelling system in the world? Could he agree with that? Of course he could agree with that. But what happens if he doesn't agree with that? Because we know the entrepreneurial journey is one filled with ups and downs, and people often don't understand us. If he said no, would you still go for your target and your mission? Would you still do it? Yeah, I would do it. So whether he says yes or whether he says no, this is part of your vision and you're going to do it, right? Yes, of course. So let's be honest here. When you speak with your husband, what's the first thing what's going to be the issue? What's going to come up? Well, the fact that I've done programs like this before and he's lost faith in me. Okay. Have you seen the guarantee that I've got? If you don't get the result, I'll work with you for an extra 2 months, 3 months. Have you seen the fact that I work in the element of implementation? Have you seen that I get the best out of my clients? I'm a real coach, not a marketer. I'm really someone that sees the best in you. Can you see that? Can you feel that? Yeah. Bang. So that's that. So can you see how the whiteboard can work there, Leslie? Like, what's your thoughts? Having gone through a few of those demonstrations there.
No, I think it's all good. And like I said, it makes lots of sense.
Yeah.
Everybody's a little closer to the same page, right?
Yes, 100%. Cool. So that is that. We've had that demo. And look, I'm looking forward to you really using the system and booking some calls. Last thing, you got leads in your pipeline. You got a hot list of people that you can demo this tool with.
Sure. Yeah, I've created, I think, yeah. And I'm building a GPT to get more, right?
Okay. No, perfect. Cool. Leslie, it's been a pleasure to hop on with you today. Looking forward to the results after 10 days.
All right. Thank you, Jay.
Amazing.